Everybody, welcome to the Everybody is Late podcast.
Hello. This is facial recognition comedy. I'm Pallavi Ganalan.
What's up? I'm Paul Antonio.
Zahra is late and Fizaa is sick, actually. She's not late.
Oh,
But
yeah?
yeah.
Did she get new sheets?
Oh, yeah. She was trying to get new sheets last time. I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know. Oh, man. They're going to be held in suspense until we figure that out.
We need the update. We need to call her and see if she got new sheets.
She said she's not even sure if we can try calling her, but she's not even sure if she can handle talking. She's like that sick.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a full-on deep discussion after the podcast last time about sheets.
Oh, you and Fizz?
Yeah.
What about it?
Just texting about thread count and
What's
what you
like
should
good thread count? I feel like it's like the same as credit score, like 700. Is that good?
No, I think it's like way higher than
Oh
that.
no, maybe 700. Maybe it's the inverse. I don't know.
Hold up. I'm looking up optimum
There's
thread
also
count.
like Jersey and like Egyptian.
Yeah, I think Egyptians.
It's the fancy one, right?
Yeah. Optimal thread count.
It's that Cleopatra shit. That Egyptian.
Yeah, like 800 to 1,000.
800 to 1,000. All right, so better than credit score
Yeah.
is your thread count.
Yeah. Yo, my credit score is on point, but my thread count is.
Higher.
Yeah. That's a good. That should be a Tinder line. I
My
don't know.
thread count is higher than my credit score. Yeah, bitch. It could be anything.
How have you been, Pallavi?
I'm okay. I feel better. I quit my PhD. And I'm just tutoring, and like the level of anxiety that I had while in my PhD is gone, but now there's a different anxiety of like, oh fuck, now I need to make it.
Yeah.
So that's been interesting. But I had like the last semester of my PhD was like, you know, the worst because I knew it was like coming to an end, but like it was the best for me comedically. So hopefully that's a sign. I don't know. I don't actually believe in signs, but
I know.
hopefully I'm not fucking up my life.
Well, I mean, life tends to point you in a direction, right?
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been good. Shows. I did West Side for the first time.
Oh, you hadn't done West Side?
I'd never done West Side.
How'd you like it?
Theater. I liked it a lot. I mean, I've been there multiple times, but I'd never gotten to perform there. And shout out to the homie Mike Kim for putting me up. It was a sick show.
Oh, nice.
There was a heckler.
What happened?
It was the weirdest heckler in the world. Who
What?
was like, he was. I didn't listen to the first two comics just because we were bullshitting in the green room.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently this dude was like yelling stuff out and like having full on conversations during the show.
I fucking hate that. It's so annoying.
And they were front row. Like they were
Really?
right there in the front.
So he didn't even have protection.
No.
He was like, I'm here, bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. So I didn't know that the comic before me had tried to talk to him to like get him to shut up.
Yeah.
So I guess he kind of made it awkward a little bit, but I didn't hear it. Like
Yeah.
that's just what was told to me afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'm a crowd work guy, so I always look for these for these moments.
Do you know what? I don't know that. I've never seen you do a real set.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm a heavy crowd work guy.
I like crowd work a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice muscle to have. And in
Yeah.
LA, because everybody's doing 3 and 5 minute sets, like open micing, not a lot of people like work that muscle out.
Yeah. I also think some people are just like not as good at it.
Yeah.
And like it can go south real quick, which is crazy because a lot of those people are very good at writing.
Oh yeah.
And very good at stand up, but it's like I think some people just don't live in the moment.
Yeah.
or are racist in the moment or something.
Was I racist? Only a little bit. But I like the people who are like, there are bad crowd work is one of my favorite things to watch, and it's the most awkward thing for everybody else to watch.
Because you've been there, like
Yeah.
it takes a while to get good at crowd work because it's like what you said, it is a muscle. So it's like for me, when I do crowd work is when I'm fed up with my own shit and I just feel like I've been bombing. So I'll do like a show or two and then just like not have good sets and then I'll just be like, fuck my life. And then like do an all crowd work set.
Yeah.
Because I'm so frustrated.
Yeah.
But it makes you like, the adrenaline is there and it makes you like live in the moment.
Yeah, it's like the audience becomes real because
Yeah.
now you're like getting to know them or whatever. But
Yeah.
bad crowd work is always like, so what do you do for a living? Like kind
I
of
mean,
thing.
but you can do that. Like I've done that where I start out that way because I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, and then you have to like turn it around or
But
whatever.
you find it.
Yeah.
Like, there's people who just don't find it.
Yeah, and
It's
sometimes
funny.
that happens. That's a risk of crowd work. That's why like when
Yeah.
I have actual when I have shows where I'm like trying to impress somebody, I'll steer away from crowd work even if I know it would help me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like it could still go so wrong.
It can bomb.
Yeah.
Well, I have like little tricks.
What are your tricks?
That's what you and your trick. Well, I don't know if I got to give them out, but I will say the number one thing that I learned, and it was from Nick Guerra, who to this day I credit him with completely changing my set. Just to have your crowd work flow into a bit.
Oh yeah.
Which sounds so simple,
but it's hard.
It can be hard unless you know what direction you want to go in. So like my crowd work it seems very loose, but it's very structured. Like it's very like, this is going to take me to this, is going to take me to this.
Yeah.
But off the cuff, it just sounds like, you're kind of saying whatever.
Crowd work sometimes I do that where it leads me into a joke, but it's like unplanned. So I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that joke from 2 years ago. I'll throw that out here.
That's amazing.
And then it makes you remember it and like tighten it up and then start using it as a joke. I like crowd work. It is like more selfish because for me, I like it because it also just gives me more bits.
Yeah.
And more like, it helps me remember. That's why like with my other show that we were talking about with oversharing, we have people like confess after. And then I riff with them, and then it reminds me of shit that's happened in my life too.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
That's always fun.
That's the way to do it. And nothing feels better than when you're in the moment, and you find natural transitions into your jokes. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I could throw this in here. I could throw that in there. It's amazing.
It also feels good to like just connect with the crowd more.
Yeah, and I make it a point to, one of my parts I specifically look for a couple to talk to. Yeah. And I will always, after the show, go up to the couple and thank them. I always do. And more likely than not, that's how you get like a follower or something. Yeah. You make that connection. Yeah, that's like, I like talking to people who I fuck with after, but it's not always like fucking with people. Sometimes you like genuinely like learn shit from talking to people. I know some comics who are like crowd, you're just gonna like make fun of someone's shirt. And it's like, sometimes, but also it doesn't matter if it makes them laugh and if it's fun and, if you connect with people. Yay, Zahra's here. Zahra's here. I mean, have you ever seen like old school Def Jam? That's all they did was like make fun of what people were wearing and stuff. Yeah, but you can, that's an introduction, and then you can go like deeper. Yeah. Oh, so this heckler last night. So he was part of I was looking for a couple, and they were just talking. Like this dude was just talking the whole time. So I was like, all I asked was, I said, "Are you guys a couple?" And the answer that I got was, he's like, "Well, in Catholicism," and like that's all he had to say. Jesus Christ. And that just left me off on a whole thing, and I think I embarrassed him. But I guess people thought, like, some of the comics in the back thought like we were gonna fight or something. Oh, really? But it never like was awkward or anything. But I was just kind of big dogging him, and I think that's when he shut up finally. It was fun though. Yeah. So you shut down the heckler that had been bothering everybody else. Yeah. So I'm gonna post that video. So go to my social media. You always play social media in the middle of the podcast. Go to at the Paul Antonio. What did I miss besides hecklers? I feel like that we cover hecklers every episode. Yeah. We should just have a segment on. We should. A heckler story. And the episode's That's over. What they Thank want. You guys for Is it over? No, we don't negotiate with hecklers. Oh my gosh. We got to stop highlighting them. We're both wearing headgear right now. Hoodie and a hat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just didn't feel like washing my hair today. I'm cold. This is what I'm going with. Me too. Yeah. This is what you do. I don't know. This is what you do if you're like a stalker from a Netflix series or if you're a girl who hasn't washed her hair. Yep, that's true. Me and Penn Badgley. Have you watched you? I haven't watched the second season yet. Oh, okay. I don't know. I was kind of turned off by the first season, so I'm kind of like, You're turned off by a murderous man? Interesting. Of course, yeah. I mean, it was very like binge-worthy, and I watched all of it. I finished it in like a few days, but I don't know. I might watch it if there's like absolutely nothing on. I'm just kind of waiting for that moment. What turned you off about it? That he got away with it. Oh, you're gonna hate the second season. That's why I was like, come on. So the second season is he moves to LA and pulls the same shit in LA, right? It's even worse, baby. Oh, you're gonna hate all of it. Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. I didn't like him too much on Gossip Girl either. I mean, he's so... Oh, you don't like the actor? No. I mean, I really hate the characters he plays, which means that's fair. Which means that he's a really good actor, right? Because he seems like a good person in real life. Yeah, he seems like he's great in real life. So he also was like tweeting about how it's because everybody on Twitter is like put me in a glass box, daddy. With him and he's like no. He's like this man, all this is teaching you is how easily a white man can get away with crimes. Exactly. He's like literally tweeted that shit. Well, that's exactly the part of it. It's like you can just like be a normal,
average Joe and probably get away with murder, and we'll never know.
That's true.
And so that makes me. I was paranoid for a good 3 months after I watched the last season. Is everybody around me a stalker and murderer?
But you weren't dating, so that saved you too. I feel like my friends who are dating are more paranoid because they're like, "Hi, I don't know if this person."
No, I wasn't dating during that time, but it's the same thing, right? Because we're surrounded by, with comedy, you meet strangers every day,
and they're very confident and charming because they're meant to be.
Yeah, and
they're psychos.
They could be fans, but we know horror stories of plenty of women in entertainment who have psycho stalker.
Yeah,
fans.
and they can't put their names up on
the marquee and stuff. They can't let people know where they're going to be. Yeah. Unless it's a show that's on their schedule, that's on their tour, and they can hire security for and all of that.
But that costs money.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
isn't that crazy?
Don't be even a little bit creepy because we don't know what the fuck you are.
Stop being a creeper. It's not cool. Ladies, being attracted to a creeper is not cool. I don't know.
Yeah. I think I like Penn Badgley's personality as a human, but I don't know why this Joe thing is setting people off.
I don't know.
Also, Ted Bundy is not fucking attractive. Why do people keep saying he was not handsome?
I think he was probably handsome for a white guy in the 70s and 80s.
Somebody was saying, I think it was Jim Norton who was saying that he was handsome for serial killers.
I think that group of people. He probably was attractive for his peers,
for his coworkers, his colleagues. I feel like if
know.
serial killers linked up, they would probably be a lot more effective.
I'm sure all the serial killers probably hate Ted Bundy because he was probably the most
that bitch.
He's probably the most popular serial killer. Who invited
wasn't even
this
that
guy?
good.
Yeah.
I had so many more kills than him.
Oh my God.
It's jealous stand-up.
Speaking of kills, have we talked about World War III yet?
No, we have not.
Impending World War III.
We have not.
Paul, are you happy? Have you aged out of the draft?
No, I'm right in the middle of it.
What?
Yeah.
You're 18 and 25?
No, it's higher than that. It's to 35.
It's to 35 now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm 26. I'm still.
But we don't have the draft.
I thought it was 18 to 25. When did they? Was it 35 for Vietnam? Vietnam was the last time they had a draft, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna have a draft, but
probably not.
No.
Probably not. But
yeah, this is a stupid move. So
it's just
it was 18 to 25.
Was that during World War II?
Wikipedia.
And then Vietnam, I think it might have been.
It's called conscription.
Something like that. Yeah, the technical term for it is conscription, which we've now just changed into the draft. Or it was famously called the draft. But I was, I've been kind of thinking about this premise for a while. What has caused a generation of pansies, the boomer was the last generation of people that really fought in a war and stuff. And so Gen X and the rest of us, we're kind of the men have kind of softened, and turned into pansies. And yes, women have gotten more equality.
I like how not murdering brown people overseas is pansy.
No, but let me tell you this, it's guys aren't as chivalrous as they used to be, and guys don't take women as seriously as they used to be because I don't think they've actually there's something to say about going to war and seeing abject poverty and putting your life in danger to knowing that kind of helps people see what's what really causes you joy and happiness and what doesn't, where
but also really fucks people up, right?
It does.
There's a lot of psychological damage from that.
Yeah,
too.
but we have ways to treat PTSD
but they
now,
don't,
which we didn't before.
Yeah.
They don't though. The VA, it's really hard for people to get treatment through the VA. Veterans are it's a known thing that they're when they return, there's not as much shit for them to deal with all of their psychological and physical issues.
Yeah, I just my argument was, maybe everyone's a pussy now because there isn't a draft. And if they had something real to be scared of, maybe they would appreciate life a little bit more.
They fucking marry Zahra.
That's what that's
her boyfriend.
Everything. That's
Are you
all
listening?
I gotta say.
Fucking stop being a pansy with your DJ ass. Go to war and marry Zahra.
That's all you gotta do.
You just put the fear of God inside you.
I feel
Fear
a
of
lot.
death.
It's not just men. It's like women too. Like people are talking about microaggressions and their pet peeves. I'm like, go to the fucking third war where like missiles and drones are dropping every day. You know, like there's real problems in the world. Like, you know, I don't feel bad for your microaggression. I really don't.
But you've also talked about how you've talked about microaggressions without naming them as microaggressions, right? It's whenever anybody like says stupid shit to you. That's basically
and then
that annoys you.
Well, yeah, but I just walk away. Like I don't complain about it on a podcast when I have a platform. I do, but like I'll walk away.
Thing. People complain about it.
I don't know. I'll just walk away.
But I think it's funny that that's your premise is that if we had war, maybe we'd get married.
No, I think that's a thing. I think it's a thing. If we had, if men were required, or men and women, if they were required to go fight for their country and really risk their lives, maybe they would appreciate their lives more.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, because we spend a lot of time on bullshit and being lazy and, you know, getting upset about things that probably don't really merit that much attention.
Like what? Other than microaggressions.
You know, like the sensationalizing of celebrities.
Oh yeah.
And celebrity gossip. And like, all the the tweet storms.
It would be like this is what's going to happen. If the draft happens. The draft happens. Fucking one of the Logan Paul gets sent to fucking Iran, right? And he's still taking selfies out there.
Probably.
He's still just getting followers.
You know what?
From the atrocity of war. That man took videos of a suicide forest. Like
maybe that's what I want to see. Maybe I want to see selfies of Logan Paul in Iraq.
It's like those Chernobyl things too. People took selfies outside Chernobyl after that show came out.
People take selfies outside of Auschwitz when they visit, you know? Like, people are insane. People are ridiculous.
Justin Bieber said Anne Frank would have been a believer. Do you remember?
Oh, my God.
in her fucking house? Oh, my God.
He has since apologized, I think.
I think so. He should have. I think they've all apologized later. But in the moment, it's beautiful to watch this crazy shit go down.
I'm kind of pro-draft, but that's just because I hate
That's just because
people.
you hate men.
I hate men, and I feel like men would probably benefit the most from a draft.
That's like that's what happened. That you said that you're like you don't want to work right with the feminism and everything.
Yeah.
But because of the draft in World War II, that's when women went to work more, and then that was the unsettling in the house. So I feel like it's going to work against your interest.
No, but during the 80s, there was like there was a shift after World War II. There was a shift where like it was just a bunch of housewives, and they were really pushing this like housewife mentality, and the men would like go to their white collar job and then bring home the bacon or turkey bacon or halal, whatever, you know, or vegetarian tofurkey. I don't know.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, but there was this whole movement during like after World War II. And then Vietnam happened, and then, you know, the sexual revolution, like all of that.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Every time there's a war and a draft, your anti-feminism gets fucked up.
I know. It really does. It really does.
So I think you're gonna get fucked either way.
Either way, I think I am. I don't know.
This is about Zahra.
It's all about me.
And whether she's getting proposed to, and we'll get to fucking eat crab legs like Cardi B on a private jet or not.
Maybe I will. Okay, it's all on my vision board. It's gonna happen.
Do you actually have a vision board?
I do. It's a virtual vision board.
Oh, virtual. Okay.
Yeah.
I just signed up for Pinterest because I have to respond to something about how clothing looks for a work thing. But I had never signed up on a Pinterest before.
Oh, Pinterest is fun.
What is on your Pinterest?
Clothing, fitness, money stuff. It's good. I'm like barely on it though. Like I'm only ever on it for like projects or something, or like something I'm working on.
Are you crafty?
No. I mean, I can be. I really enjoyed wrapping Christmas presents and holiday presents this past holiday season.
I realized how bad I am at that now because I haven't done it in so long, and I went to do it for my friends, and it was trash. It was like just putting tape, just wrapping the whole thing in fucking tape, trying to figure it out.
I was rusty at first, but I got the hang of it. I love doing that stuff. Like every year I like basically set up a bake shop, and like it's like Zara's little elves when I'm the only elf there, but I'm like wrapping all the presents. I'm baking goodies and stuff.
Do you do gingerbread houses?
No. I just bake like cookies and cupcakes. And this year I made a cheesecake.
Nice.
Yeah, I just get into it.
Nice.
I get into that little holiday domestic vibe. It's fun for me.
So you're ready for like post-war housewife moment.
Yeah. I think I was raised
Paul's
into
face
it
right now.
Paul
That's
hates
so
me right
funny.
now.
No, I don't
Paul,
hate you.
I want to send you to war. You and your dimple can go to fucking war.
Can you imagine pork bun and war?
Pork bun in Iran is going to be my
He's
first
like, he
special.
starts an open mic. They're like, shut the fuck up.
They do open mics.
I'm
do
not
open
surprised.
mics. Yeah, they need something to like entertain themselves with.
I changed my mind. Open mics aren't sad. Open mics at war are very sad. Why would
It'll be my last bomb.
Oh my God.
What's up, everybody?
Oh,
We're
man.
cutting out this whole
That's
episode.
a double entendre.
At the Paul Antonio.
Oh man. But did you see the images of Soleimani, the guy who... So Soleimani got assassinated by American forces.
Mm-hmm. He was, I think he was leaving the
Baghdad airport.
The Baghdad airport, yeah.
But he's an Iranian leader, and so he got killed. Did you see the video of his funeral? It was holy shit. It
was
looked
it the
like
I read it was the largest funeral.
It was the largest. It looked like the largest anything in the country. It was there was a helicopter shot of all the people, and they were like packed onto bridges. It was such a long flight with like packed people just like going up to his funeral. And the tweet of it was like, Trump has no idea what he's done.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
No, absolutely
honestly,
not.
like
he has no idea.
And that's kind of like the running consensus across Washington, basically across the world.
Yeah.
And popular opinion outside of, his raunch Trump supporters. But
yeah. I'm trying to find a timeline of like
staunch
all the stuff that
Trump
happened.
supporters.
Well, it is weird because this past summer, was it, that they did that like triple joint, like it was Iran forces with Chinese forces and Russian forces, like doing exercises, like military exercises together.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's where you're fucking up. It's like you're literally, it's a shitstorm. Although it is funny that he said, when we mean death to America, we mean their
We just
leaders.
mean Trump and Pompeo and who else? Bolton? No.
Yeah, Bolton.
Yeah, he was like, when we say death to America, we don't mean the American people. We mean these specific people. And then there's like imagery, like not in that same clip, but there was like another tweet that went around that was like fucking a meme of like Trump in a coffin. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But they fucking hate Trump.
But isn't that the funniest logic? Because it's like, when I mean fuck bitches, I don't mean you guys. I mean
I mean real
it's like
bitches.
the same
Well,
logic.
well, they have to be specific, right? Because
Yeah.
America is an entire country. Also, there's a lot of Iranian Americans that live in the country. Also,
They're being stopped at the border right now.
yeah, so there was a huge concert of a Persian entertainer in Vancouver, which is literally across the border from Washington in Canada. And a bunch of them were stopped on the way back, and their passports were confiscated. And they were basically held at the border for 12 to 16 hours or something.
American citizens
Yeah.
were stopped at the border.
Yeah, American citizens. Their blue U.S. passports were confiscated. Can you believe that?
I mean,
It's
it's just
insane.
like a
So-
Japanese internment camp all over again.
Yeah, so it's kind of, I mean, jokingly I say World War III, but like it's kind of,
I mean, what's going to happen is like
Yeah.
the Middle East is just going to be like further destabilized. Like nothing is going to happen on on U.S. continental soil, right? It's all just going to go over there to like poor brown countries. They're going to get fucked up even harder. They already were like sending more troops, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's,
Well, we don't know what we don't know, but it does make things a lot scarier, and I don't think that puts America in. It just puts us in like a foreign policy black hole that I don't think we're gonna get out of anytime soon.
Okay, I'm looking at an Al Jazeera timeline. In 2018, the U.S. withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal. They demanded,
That was Trump. Trump withdrew from the Iran nuclear
They
deal.
demanded Iran make sweeping changes. In August, they reimposed the first round of sanctions on Iran. In November of 2018, they announced a new round of sanctions. In 2019, Trump announced he was designating a powerful arm of the Iranian military as a foreign terrorist organization. On May 5th, they sent an aircraft carrier strike group and Air Force bombers. May 8th, Iran said it was preparing to increase enriched uranium. May 12th, there were 4 commercial ships that were subjected to sabotage. It's just like a full buildup. I'm going to go down closer to
I mean,
what's happened.
for our listeners, if you guys want to go look up a few videos, I think Vox Media has a really good video of like all the proxy wars that Iran was involved in the Middle East, while these trade wars were happening.
And then I think the big thing was that there was in December, like so last week or a week or two ago, a U.S. contractor was killed, and then the U.S. targeted militia sites, and then protesters stormed the U.S. embassy on the 31st, and then on January 2nd, I think or January 3rd, this assassination happened to kill Qasem Soleimani.
Mm-hmm. And he was tricked into the assassination.
He was tricked. I mean, what was he doing in Baghdad?
Because the Iraqi force had reached out to him on behalf of the U.S., but I don't think he knew it was on behalf of the U.S.
Okay.
To negotiate peace talks.
Okay.
So he was coming to
negotiate
negotiate
he was lured
peace
into
talks.
Baghdad.
Yeah, and that's when he
was
killed.
And also, the Iranian influence in Iraq is pretty strong, right? Like, they're trying to, like, handle their own shit. Meanwhile, Iran's like a huge force right next to them.
Yeah, but I mean, Iraq ever since the war is still kind of like puppeted by the U.S.
Yeah,
so it's not cool. And what's crazy is obviously everybody has their opinion on it. So it's like it's just creating like such a shit storm for. I knew it was bad when the strippers that I follow on Instagram started posting about it.
Oh my god!
And I was like, Jesus, this really is a problem.
Are any of your strippers Middle Eastern?
No, none of them. That's what was even crazier.
Hell yeah. There was also meanwhile, while this is happening, the Australian fires are out of control, and there was this lady who was sending nudes to people to raise money for it, and she got to like almost $1 million, right? Or 700,000.
She was at $500,000.
And I saw a $700,000 post.
Probably.
But she raised that much money for the Australian fires just by being one lady being like, I'll send you a nude if you DM me like your donation or whatever.
The naked philanthropist.
Yeah.
The naked philanthropist.
Yeah,
wow.
She's fucking killing it. She's raised more money, I think, than so many organizations.
Crazy. Is she an Australian?
No, I don't think so.
She's raising money.
And she got removed from Instagram.
Yeah, they blocked her because of her post about it or whatever.
Yeah, because you can't be selling.
I thought you can't post nude photos, but you can DM nude photos. I mean, people do that shit all the time.
Yeah, I think.
How many dick pics do men send in DMs? You know, like.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But she gets blocked. Oh,
I'm not quite sure like why she got blocked, but she I don't know. She's fucking making a huge difference. So it's dope.
Although have you gotten a dick pic in your DMs and then there's like that little message? That's like a warning. If
the image is like blurred, then you have to like click on it, right?
But it has a little warning that's like.
I haven't gotten one in a while. It's been at least like a year and a half or so. So I think I missed that. That's not opening the door. I hope it's not opening the doors for.
It's the World War III of dick pics in your inbox.
Just hailing down on you.
I wonder, like, if World War III actually like does happen. I wonder, like, if it's gonna cause mass hysteria. And there's going to be even more craziness. Like, people are just going to be acting like it's end of times. You know?
I mean, I feel like it's going to be so far from us. I don't think it's going to, like, I really don't think we're going to be affected. That's why it's sad, is because it's like the people deployed, but then also, like, mostly those countries are going to be fucked up. I think
we're going to be affected economically.
Economically, yeah.
Like, I think
It might be another boom, though.
Yeah. Because war
is always a boom. War has gotten us out of the Great Depression. War has gotten us out of basically any situation that there's been a recession or depression in United States history has been followed by a war.
Yeah.
It's literally for his re-election bid. That's what it's for.
He had that video of him where he talked about Barack trying to, like, he was like, Barack will try to...
like tweets and stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to try and find the clip, but...
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he criticized Barack that he was going to create a war with Iran.
That's what we're saying. But
I don't know. I just think it's crazy. Like, someone who's had no experience in foreign policy is just making such
president of the fucking...
but is making strong moves and is probably causing
here's
a lot of long-term damage globally.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. We have a real problem in the White House. So I believe that he will attack Iran sometime prior to the election because he thinks that's the only way he can get elected. Isn't it pathetic?
That's from November 5th, 2011.
Yep.
November 16th, 2011.
Yeah, Donald Trump. It's pathetic. It's so pathetic. I can't believe you did that.
It's insane. Like,
I don't know. But you know he probably is going to get reelected.
I mean, I think, well, I don't know. Like right now, all polls indicate that even like Klobuchar could beat him. but
I don't know.
When was
I
the
don't.
I don't think it's
time?
good to get complacent for
But
sure.
I don't know when the last time that a president was denied a re-election bid, like for re-election when they were already in office. So I could look that up. But
Yeah, we
I'm
can
pretty
Google that.
sure-
Can we Google that?
Yeah.
Has the U.S. president ever been denied a reelection bid?
I mean, he's not denied a bid, but like,
I mean, denied re-election. Let's see.
Well, I mean, they would have to really charge him with like war crimes and things like that, like some serious offenses, I think.
there
I
is
don't
like
know.
a full
It's
list
pretty
of
crazy.
one-term presidents. Jimmy Carter, George H.W. Bush.
But I don't think they sought re-election. Is the thing.
No, he lost to Bill Clinton. George H.W. Bush.
Oh, he's
lost.
the
Yeah.
last one. George H.W. is the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not unheard of. There's like a bunch of them.
No, but how many
That's
did
still-
not like run for reelection? Was Carter the only
Carter
one?
also tried to get. He lost to Ronald Reagan.
But they all ran.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Gerald Ford also ran and lost.
So it's been like 26
Herbert Hoover
years.
ran and lost. Yeah, but I mean, he also was only one of 3 presidents to be impeached. So it's like, I don't.
I mean, the
know
guy
that
is
it's
making
impossible.
history. The guy is making history.
For
so we'll see what's
sure.
going to happen. Nobody knows.
I mean, there was a time where CNN predicted Hillary. It was like a 95% chance to get elected.
For
you know,
Hillary.
for Hillary.
I feel
at
like-
one point. So you just never know, especially with his fan base. That's like, they're just the problem is not enough people go out and vote. There was a
Definitely
thing
not
that
enough young people for sure.
at a certain, and I need to look up the percentage, but when a certain percentage of voters show up to vote, it's I think every election's gone to Democrats.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's like a stat like that. So most people support a Democratic president, but the thing is, people can't be bothered to vote. And then
So
That's why we can't be
I think the
complacent.
statistic is somewhere near Trump won by only a quarter of the U.S. population that's able to voting. So can you believe that?
yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's pretty crazy. Like, only, I mean, so we're saying only half the eligible people that could vote voted in the election. What happened to the other half? Like, what were you guys doing? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, people. It's just like it was something like more people voted for American Idol
Yeah.
than like the presidential election.
Well, make it an app on your phone, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do it through
maybe.
text.
But then, you know,
the-
there would be hackers getting into that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You never know.
I like that the day that he got impeached in the House, the day that Trump got impeached in the House, a bunch of people were tweeting and stuff and, like, you know, being happy. There were, like, I had at least, like, 5, like, fake accounts just, like, troll me on my Twitter and social medias.
Like, ha, suck it. Or
Yeah, he's like, he's still gonna be president, asshole. Like, stuff like that. But it's all these, like, fake accounts. Like,
Yeah.
they're not even real people, or they're real people with, like, fake names and stuff. And I'm like, so does the Republican Party or does Trump, or do they just have, like, just services?
I mean, there were Russian bots, right?
Yeah.
Those were there were Russian bots that were pretending to be black people to incite conservatives.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
there's
there's so
of-
many bots.
There's a lot of bots and just fake shit going on the internet, but that is what ended up winning the election.
We are
you know?
tired of this fake shit.
Yeah, but it's like they just
your
know.
fake assholes. Be
Yeah.
real to us. Be
I
real to our
know.
faces.
I know. Stop trolling us. Jeez.
All right, I'm gonna call our favorite troll. No, I'm kidding. I'm calling Fizaa right now because she is not here, but she can talk. Is that working?
Oh, you need your headphones on.
Oh, I need my headphones. Okay, hold on one
Yeah.
second.
Hey.
Woo, Fizaa, one
Wait,
second.
we all
Yo,
need our
yo, one
headphones on?
second, one
Hey,
second.
guys.
Hey, there she
Ah.
is.
I took some Dayquil.
Hey, feeling better?
Hey.
Yeah, it helps.
We wanted to know if you ever got the sheets that you were ordering last time you were on the phone.
Oh yeah, I did. I I got like a whole new bedding thing.
What thread count are we talking?
I don't even remember.
Wait, I missed the sheets conversation. Was this the one when Reem was on?
Yeah, so Fizza's bed was all fucked up because she had plumbing issues and they like moved her bed and stuff, and so she was like, I think I gotta order new sheets and pillows and things. But
are they all fancy? Do you like them?
Yeah, I like them a lot.
You gotten the messy yet, girl?
I did actually.
Hey, get it?
Happy New Year indeed.
27 and a half.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? What did you get? Is this an STD? What's happening? Why are you sick?
I think I got a cold. I think it's just been burning the candle at both ends, and finally, I think I had like a couple days to just sort of chill, and my immune system pulled the troops out.
Jeez.
We've been talking about troops.
Yeah, we've been talking about troops pretty much for the past 20 minutes.
Jesus. So everyone, we don't know anyone that's going to get drafted.
Actually, that's a question I can ask her. Are you pro-draft?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Am I the only one who's pro-draft around here?
Yep.
Like anyone? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
because
wow.
I'm not a fan of war.
The draft is gonna just take like poor people and
well,
shit.
I'm not a fan of war, but if we are going to war, then yeah.
If I could pick who goes to the draft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's get a list of fuck boys that we're trying to turn into fuck
Unfortunately, all my exes have aged out of the draft.
Trying to make some fuck men.
But
we could change the age of the draft. If we get to put a list together, we'll put a list together.
If we can put the age of the draft to like 40, I think
damn, you dated all the way up that. Oh, I guess that's not that high.
No, I mean it's like for everyone I've ever dated, like forever.
Some 40-year-old.
I dated some older dudes, who are fuck boys, and I feel like they should all be drafted.
40 is not that old. I think up to 45.
Yeah, I just don't know what the 45-year-olds would do.
I mean, I don't know.
They would have to use their brains, I guess.
Yeah, but their dicks are probably limp at that age anyways,
yeah.
right?
Well, isn't it like for men after 45, they start making like defected sperm? I think that was the age limit. It takes a
while, right? For their sperm to go.
Yeah, their sperm doesn't have as much mobility, and
they're still making babies at 70 though.
They keep squirting.
Yeah, they do keep squirting it out.
Ugh.
Regardless.
Anyway.
The imagery.
Speaking of squirting, so are you nasally or is it more of a cough? Is it chest cold?
God, I
thought you were gonna be like speaking of squirting.
No.
Your sheets.
It's all of that. It's it's not the flu, but it's a cough and it's congestion.
Have you had this since New Year's? Have you had this since New Year's Eve? Did you think you caught it on New Year's Eve? Because New Year's Eve is notorious for a night where like everyone gets sick.
I was out with her.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. I got it I got it on Saturdays when I felt sick.
Okay.
Yeah, so Saturday and Sunday, I couldn't, my body was sore, I couldn't even move, I couldn't even think. It was crazy. But I haven't gotten a cold in a really, really, really long time. So it was it was kind of a long time coming.
Well, that's good. You can get this one out of your system, and then you don't have to worry about the next one for another long time.
Yeah, you'll be free pilot season or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, pilot season's picking up, so I think you'll be ready.
Building up those antibodies.
Yeah. What else is going on with you, Viz?
I don't so I think I'm gonna quit drinking because I think it's sort of contributing to I think that's what sort of also led me to get sick, but I think I feel depressed after I drink.
I feel that sometimes.
Well, alcohol is supposed to be a depressant, I think. I'm pretty sure I've read that.
Yeah.
So there's that. It also dehydrates you, which lowers your immune system. So yeah, drinking overall, even though alcohol kills germs, the overall effects of drinking.
That means.
that's
sure?
the excuse people say, you know?
That is the excuse.
But
is it the drinking, or is it looking at the text message you sent the next morning? Which part is more depressing to you?
Dude, I was drinking like all through Florida to cope, right? And like I swear to God, one night I sent the same snatch photo to 2 dudes.
Whoa!
Hey, you should have group texted.
Like,
That's exciting.
I don't, that's not like my MO. I'm not here sending snatch photos, but like I'm also like I'm not like
not sending them.
Yeah, I'm not sending them.
I
like,
haven't.
Yeah,
I'm up to,
what?
huh?
I was gonna ask Z when the last time she sent
I don't think I've ever sent a snatch photo. I think I've sent like some like nicely angled photos. Of course, your snatch photos would be hilarious. Did you draw on them before you sent them over?
No, not like this one. I wanted them to. I did say it was very ethnic looking to the.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
White people probably have like pink snatches or whatever.
Oh,
like,
you were just like, I'm not white.
Yeah, I mean, like it was.
Wait, you said that or they said that?
Oh, well, I said it was very ethnic looking.
Oh my God.
And then they agreed, which kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, I don't like that. Don't set them up.
No, they should
shut that shit down.
It should have been like, compliments,
Well, then it was like something else, but that's for another thing.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Oh, so did we ever talk about the threesome shit?
No.
Oh, are we talking about that? Well, I guess we're talking about that.
Well, okay, so...
Okay, to clarify to our listeners, the 3 of us were not in a threesome.
Yet.
We're not talking about this threesome speaking right now. All right. Continue, Fizaa.
See, you guys have to, listeners, y'all need to go back and listen to this, because this, like, there's ongoing storylines here. But yeah, anyway, like, so she knows about me, and apparently she started feeling like vulnerable or something.
Wait,
you have to back this up.
You have to back up.
It's a dude and a lady who are together.
Yes.
And then you were invited to this threesome, and you done it before?
No. But,
oh, okay.
But I have a history with the dude.
Oh.
So you both have a history with the dude, but he's currently with this other woman right now.
Yeah, but like it was open. It was open, but
so they're in an open relationship, and they wanted you to join them.
Well, what happened was I get a text saying that because of our history, or I was his last or something. I don't know. It's she feels vulnerable, and she would prefer if he didn't, see me in that way. And in the future, she only wants him to hook up with people she doesn't know.
Oh,
okay.
I could understand that thought process.
I get it. It. Like, it's like, I get it. But I was surprised. I was like, well.
So I guess it was more his idea asking you to be a part of it?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Well, literally the first thing he told me about her was that she wanted to fuck. So it was like, that's why I was caught off guard. But also I can see, when I see that she feels vulnerable, it's like, oh, I can see how that could be an insecurity thing. Because it's like.
Yeah, well, I mean,
or there's just like not enough trust between them.
Yeah.
That's probably it. Which I don't. If this person is who I think it is, then yeah, I don't blame her. I don't blame anyone for not having trust.
I agree with Zahra.
I think.
I agree.
Can we put him number 1 on the list of people who should be drafted?
Yes.
He died in war so quick.
Oh, that would be great.
See if
I would be so happy he served his country.
Try to see if his tricks could save him.
Maybe he could enjoy threesomes while at war, like that.
I think his own people would murder him because he's so annoying.
Possibly. His platoon. His platoon would just leave him to die.
Oh my God. I have to I had an interaction. If this is the person I'm thinking of, I had an interaction with them that I have to tell you about later. But I was just so annoyed the whole time.
I'm so glad I missed. So there's this New Year's Eve party. I didn't ask you guys.
I think I know what it is too, because.
Yep.
I didn't ask you guys about the New Year's Eve party that I missed. The big comedy New Year's Eve party.
Oh, that wasn't it. That wasn't. The
Oh, it wasn't.
No,
okay.
That person wasn't there. But it was fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's good. I did mushrooms for the first time.
Oh.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah. It was great. It was great. We went up the coast. We do this like, I think we're gonna make it an annual thing where we like just drive up the coast for a few days between Christmas and New Year's. And yeah, we were out in nature, and I tried it. It was on my list for 2019 for a while, and I think Fizaa and I had planned on doing it at some point, and that never happened, right? Fizaa,
we microdosed, and then
yeah.
I got and then the guy who gave us shrooms. Should we just say who it is?
No, I don't want to call.
You shouldn't put them on blast.
Oh yeah. Okay, I forgot that's illegal and shit. I forgot about that part because I think shrooms should be hella legal, but whatever. So yeah,
I think shrooms are medically legal.
What is it? Psilocybin?
Yes. Yeah.
They're using them to study like depression.
And aren't they being used for experimental purposes to treat PTSD?
I think
or something.
It's all tied together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
so, continue. Fizaa.
Oh yeah, so I just remember we microdosed, and then I got cursed out by him because I had to take a call, and he was like, "I'm not your drug sugar daddy."
Okay.
And then he called her homeless. It was
what?
Funny.
Wait, you were there for this?
I was there because I thought we were trying to have this experience together, and then I realized oh, this was not an orchestrated thing. They were all just over his place. I just stopped in for a little bit, and he just happened to have some. So he's like, "Hey, you guys want to have a little bit?" And then Fizaa and I had this other plan.
You know what it was?
Yeah.
He was trying to have one-on-one time because he actually, you know what? He lured these dudes are fucking shady.
I was cock blocking and I didn't even know, huh?
No, check this out. You weren't cock blocking Zahra. So I remember what happened now. I called him because I was in the neighborhood and we're friends. Or I thought we were friends. Because whatever. So I'm like, let's take a walk or whatever. And he's like, no, come to my apartment. I have these shrooms. Just take a look at them. And then he pressures me into staying. And then I'm like, well, fuck, if we're going to do shrooms, I'm like, I just called Zahra. I'm like, hey, Zahra, do you want to do shrooms? Do you want a microdose? And then Zahra came over, and I think he was pissed about that. I don't think he was pissed about that, but I think he was disappointed that he didn't have one-on-one time, but he liked Zahra. So
then his reaction was to call you homeless. Excellent.
Yeah.
Gotta love men. Gotta love the nuances of men.
Yeah, so she had a call from her sister. Yeah.
So when I left his apartment, I went outside.
Were you still inside with him?
I was inside hanging out with him because we're friends, So I had no idea. There was kind of a weird vibe when I walked in, but I'm like, these are my friends and they're comics and they're weird, so it's fine.
Yeah,
we'll work past it.
You kind of do have to ignore weird vibes with comics because you don't know if they're trying to fuck or if they're just being sensitive or comics are weird all the time for a variety of reasons.
There's always someone being sensitive whenever I'm around comics. So I'm like, all right, we're just going to push past this and everything will be all right. But yeah, it was not all right from his perspective anyway. But anyway, I think all is well now. So that microdosing didn't work for me because I had dinner before. So if you eat beforehand, it takes a longer time. And if you microdose on a full stomach, it's probably not going to affect you at all. So yeah, so this time we were in the Big Sur area and I took some and it lasted for 5 hours and it was pretty cool.
That's dope.
I would recommend it for I would recommend it for people who are kind of looking for an internal cleansing.
It's a reset.
The soul, the mind. So it was good.
Zahra took mushrooms once, and then her pants are like this now.
Oh, I've had these pants.
She's got fun, wild pants now.
I've had these yoga
colors.
pants. I've had these yoga pants for a while.
That's so funny because you usually come in here with a blazer, and then you're like, I did mushrooms. Check out my pants.
It's great.
Man,
mushrooms are great. I would recommend them.
Text me the pants.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll text you pants. But I would recommend them for grown-ups, not kids, grown-ups who like are looking for like a brain reset. It was really fun. There was a lot of emotions. Like I was crying. I was laughing a lot and then crying and then laughing from crying. There was a lot of emotions. It was good.
Do you have any visuals?
I don't think I took a high enough dose for like visuals, but I did start seeing more. I started seeing purple and blue and everything. Like I think those were the colors.
Wedding colors.
Purple and blue.
Here we go.
Yeah, everything. I think at one point HGTV was on and everybody's faces were blue, and I'm like, when are we watching Smurfs? Are Smurfs on HGTV? Like I was very confused. But
did you said that you were gonna last time we talked? You said you were gonna go on this road trip because you and your man always have like very serious relationshipy type conversations on this road trip, and he knew it was coming, and that you were gonna like try to figure out your future.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
Somewhat, yeah. Actually, we had some conversations. It was fun. Like it was all good. It was all good. I took this.
I just got the photo.
I took
Zahra.
this. At one point, it was like, I don't know, 7 p.m. and I just really wanted a shower, so I like created this ambiance around the shower and candles and stuff. And I think I was in there for a good 2 hours. And I was like, and then I was like going through all these memories. I forgot about some childhood repressed memories, like my granddad's not a good guy. I realized that. I had some other revelations, And then I'm like, I need to clean the fridge when I get home. I need to do a better job about cleaning my fridge. And then at some point, I started cleaning the fridge in the hotel room because I was just obsessed with cleaning at that point. I don't know if that's like a side effect of it or just like it was like my ADHD on blast in all different colors and stuff. I don't know what it was, but it was a good experience. I would recommend it for sure.
Dope.
Don't look in the mirror. Never look in the mirror when you're on shrooms. Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because there's a lot of emotions, and I was laughing a lot, and then I was crying because of emotions, and then laughing and crying from laughing. So you're crying a lot. So when you look in the mirror after like 3 hours of crying, here and there, you're just swollen. Your face, and then you're like, oh, and then
is that my face?
and then you have it's kind of like body dysmorphia a little bit because you're seeing colors. You're kind of it's not recommended to look at your reflection.
So when you're on shrooms or in the movie Us, don't look in a mirror.
Don't look in a mirror. Don't look in a mirror.
I've never seen Us.
No, it's fine.
You never saw Us?
No.
Really?
You gotta watch that shit. It's fun.
You gotta go watch it. Yeah.
All right, I feel like we're wrapping up soon.
I was just gonna say, like, the best advice I ever got for mushrooms is just you get to sort of control where you go feelings wise by just like choosing your focus.
Yeah.
So like if you're having like a good trip, you can continue with that. If you're having like a bad trip, then just sort of like shift to something else that feels better.
Yeah, it was very much like that. Like you forget that you're in control of your mind, and then when you're like in a hole, then you like if you remember that advice, then you can get yourself out of it. So yeah.
Yeah. Also, every time I do shrooms, I have like fluids coming out of like every mucous membrane on my face. So like my nose is running and I'm drooling and I'm probably crying also.
Yeah, I didn't.
And smiling at the same time.
Yeah, I didn't have so much of that, but it really depends on what you take and what kind of dose, and if you take more of the caps than the stem and stuff like that.
So you're an expert now.
No, I'm not an expert. I had a shaman with me.
Well, are we gonna do an FRC shroom trip?
I don't know. Maybe.
Should we get like a bunch of
I'm scared.
Together?
Maybe we'll see if people are down for that. I mean, it definitely takes a few hours. Like it was a commitment.
We should do do drugs and then perform our show.
That would be great.
That would be insane.
Oh
the audience would feel like they're high. I don't like,
think
what the fuck?
I could do that.
We'd all be crying.
This would be like the "We Are the Same Person" type thing.
We are one.
Oh my god.
All right, can we plug our shows that are coming up?
Yes, let's plug.
January 12th, I will not be here, but we have our show next week, 9 p.m., West Side Comedy Theater. great ass lineup. It's going to be amazing. We have Shazia from
Shazia Mirza,
London, UK. And
Melissa Shoshahi.
Yeah.
Persian Queen.
Tehran, Persian Queen.
Tehran, the Persian King of LA.
Yeah.
And Remy Don, who was on the show last week. And it's the day after my birthday, so come and give me a birthday hug or love or whatever,
With no kisses.
Side hugs.
Sketchfest. We have 2 shows, 8 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. on January 24th at Cafe de Nord. And then you guys, we're in fucking New York again, January 31st, 11:30 p.m., New York Comedy Club, Gramercy location, FRC promo code.
Yes, that's 3 shows.
Cities.
3 shows
4
this month.
shows.
4, because we have 2 back-to-back in San Francisco.
Yeah.
We have an 8 o'clock and a
But
10
3
o'clock.
full-ass different big
3
major cities.
That's
yes.
a lot, man.
I'm excited.
Yes, queens.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Come out.
We are Facial Recognition Comedy on Instagram and Facebook, Facial Rec Comedy on Twitter, facialrecognitioncomedy.com. Also, if you fucking tag us in your stories and talk about us, we'll repost. And if you donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/facial recognition comedy, we will call you live on the podcast. So fucking support us. I'm Pallavi Ganalan, PallaviGunalan. That's my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter, and my website.
Oh, and I'm Zahra Ali. It's really Zahra on all the socials. Zahra is spelled Zahra. Sorry, Fizaa, go ahead.
Oh, no. I'm Fizaa Dasani at Fizaa Dasani, FIZAADOSANI, and then add a .com for the website.
And then we have the Paul Antonio. What up?
Follow me.
He helped us start off this episode, and then
Oh, you did, Paul?
Quickly got rooted out by all the female voices.
Sorry, it's because I kept talking about the draft, and he got scared. I'm so sorry,
She's trying
Paul.
to send me to the Middle East.
You're fine.
yeah,
you and your
yeah.
dimples can stay in LA. It's fine.
He's gonna run our
We
network.
wouldn't put you on our list if we were in charge of the draft, but we're not.
Or are we?
All right.
All right, I miss y'all.
Feel better.
I feel better.
Thank you. Wait, the podcast is done, so
We're done. We're
done.
We're out of
Bye.
here. Bye.